concave, so that means the first row of the carpal bones are convex.
No, my hand is worse.
Okay. If you want to do,
Oh, shit.
let's say, dorsiflexion,
Sorry.
can someone tell me what happens with the first row of the carpal bones?
They glide up. Yeah. Palmarly.
Perfect. So,
Yeah.
exactly. Again, this story again now with convex, so it rolls dorsiflexion and then it glides palmar. Okay. So here again, since all the three, so that the scaphoid, lunatum, and the trichotrum, they're all convex. That means we just move them all together, okay, as a whole. So they're acting as one joint. So what happens is you fixate here, and then you want to start at maximum loose back position. Have your finger here on the joint line. That's why these lines are pretty cool to have. And then from here, you
Can
give
we draw them during the exam?
not well,
If we draw it.
not before.
No.
During exam, it's fine. Then that's fine for me.
So you're on the second row now.
I'm on here. I'm on the first row.
You're on the first row.
Yeah. Okay. Here, first maximum loose back position, and then add. Because one more thing, the radius is like this. Like I said before, the dorsal side is a little bit higher, so you're giving glide, palmar, and a little bit proximal, because it's like this. So you glide this way. Okay. If you want to do palmar flexion, you go that way. Okay. So it's like this. So here we go. Here. Okay. Again, when you move to the next one. You palpate the joint line between the radius and the lunatum, and then again you give the glide. Okay. Then you move to the next one, because you just grab this as a whole. All three, you just pull it together because they're all acting as a convex bone. Here.
But you palpate, or so you fixate the part which you want to mobilize most.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to emphasize on the ulnar, the joint line between the ulna and the trichotrum, you just here.
Yeah.
You palpate the joint line, and then you fixate here, and then you just pull. Okay, so that's how you do different.
Do we do angulation on this one?
You can.
So,
Yeah. So how do you do that?
Well, you would do this more at the end, like you grab
Yep.
and then add.
It's with all the techniques that are the same. Okay. This is maximum loose back position. You want to go more in. So this is for dorsiflexion. If you want to leave maximum loose back, you go more into dorsiflexion. Now the glide is not palmar distal, but more palmar now, just straight down, because you're leaving maximum loose back position. If you want to add angulation, you give glide and angulate. Here. Yeah. So these are the.
Okay.
This is the way to do it. Okay. Now, if we go to the next one for the. Yeah, if you want to do palmar flexion, what happens? Rolls down, it glides up. Okay, so we want to provoke the dorsal capsule. What happens is, your working finger should be on this side. This is the pisiform. This is the pisiform, and then here is the lister of scaphoid, the tuberculum of scaphoid. So you can feel it when you do ulnar deviation. Radial deviation, here it comes up, and when you do this, it disappears. If you have your finger on these two, then you know you're on the first row of the carpal bones, because if you're pushing on the pisiform, it pushes against the trichotrum and it goes up. Okay? And the scaphoid is the first row. So from this way, here, palpate, maximum loose back position, you give. Yep, you give the glide direction more into dorsal and distal.
So why do you want to do that, sorry?
Second?
Why do you want to do that? Why do you want
This-
to go dorsally?
Because, okay, the first one was for dorsiflexion, now we're doing palmar flexion.
Alright.
Yeah, palmar flexion, it rolls up, glides up, so that's why we do that in the maximum loose back position first, then can play with it, maybe then leave maximum loose back position, go more into loose back position, and finally add some angulations. All right? Again, for this position, have the finger position is on the pisiform and on the tuberculum of the scaphoid. You can find it again with ulnar deviation and radial deviation. Here it disappears, here it appears. So here now you're on the first row of the carpal bones, and pull. All right?